Thinking that Swaziland has is totally not justified because in as much as we knew that we had problems playing them in their stadium because of the pitch, because of the lighting and all that, but we should also give them, we should congratulate them a lot because tactically they were able to play on what they had as their strengths, and they posed us a lot of problems with the fact that they were always compact and were resilient. They were just waiting to get an opportunity to do it. And it's not bad. We should congratulate them for that. But I think my lads today, all what we spoke about, we did. They put it into practice. Even in the second half, when we went brutally and changed the tactics, it took 2 minutes to say it on the blackboard, and they put it on play. So congratulations to them, and I thank them for their commitment. It's a good game, and I think if I get a chance to play a friendly game in the future, I will invite Swaziland. If you're talking of Paul Onobi, what I feel is that I feel he's a home star, and like I said it from the onset when I took this job, I said I don't care if you play home, moon or foreign. If you're good enough and you can adapt to the tactics that will try to let you play, you will do it. So I'm glad that you saw it yourself today. It's a vindication of that philosophy we are putting into play. He's solid. He's strong on the man. He can play. He's clairvoyant. And one thing I like about him is that he's hungry. He's very hungry. And that's what we need now. That's what we need now. And he didn't play at the expense of anybody. Because we must be realistic. Nobody has a place here. So if you're saying he's playing at the expense of somebody, it's as if somebody, as if I went to take over the place of the king of Swaziland. I would like that anyway, but it won't happen. So it's, something like that. So I don't agree with that. See the movements that they are making, one taking up the position of the other, and the change of play, that is not yet to blame. I think what is there is that I would prefer they miss it today than they miss them when we start playing the group stages. So, you should understand also, my players have 19,250 kilometers in them in this week. And most of them still have like 7,000 to go. Like him, he still has 7,000 to go back to his base. So we shouldn't expect them to be, very, very sharp. And I must confess, at 1-0, I wasn't at ease. I was looking, we needed that second one. So when he came in, it was like a relief.
All right, Coach Sunday Olise, his reaction, assessments with regards to the game, Nigeria against Swaziland. Onyewuchi, let me quickly come to you. You listened to the coach. His comments and his assessments, does it line up with the reality, what you saw when Nigeria played Swaziland?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe Coach Sunday is listening to this program on Monday, because I told you that you have to feel the best, whether they are in Nigeria, in Europe, anywhere. We need results, and we got the result. 2-0, very, very important. When you follow the trend of the qualifiers, even the Comoros-Ghana game was difficult in Kumasi.
Yeah.
Like you said, Comoros even scored in the first leg, 1-0, that was disallowed. Cameroon beat the Niger Republic in Niamey, but they played a goalless draw in Yaoundé. So no game is going to be easy. So I liked the way Coach Sunday Olise has brought that element of unpredictability on the team. Now the foreign-based players have it at the back of their mind that when you are coming to camp, you have to sit up, you have to give your best, because if you don't give in your best, then you sit on the bench. That was how Vesterhoff started, and I'm happy Olise played under Vesterhoff. When he got Finidi was playing for Sharks, Dan Amokachi was playing for Ranchers Beast, and a lot of players that later went to the World Cup and became legends of Nigerian football. So wherever you play, whether in Nigeria or in Europe, if you are the best in training, you are the best on that day, then let them play. Okay. Because the coach of Swaziland also said in the first leg, when they played us, they prepared their tactics based on that. But when they came for the second leg and saw that this is an entirely new tactics, some players were brought into the midfield and they couldn't cope.
Yeah.
So I want to agree with Sunday Olise. I want to give it to him, but on this one, he was spot on.
Okay, there's another side that you rarely talk about, how the officials, how the governing body handles a game, because that could also make results count against you, maybe traveling plans.
Yeah.
And also, what can you say about how the NFF has handled? This is a very tight period.
Yeah.
We're playing qualifiers in a period where a lot of things. I mean, you have to be able to get things right, and a slight mistake might cost your team. So, how do you think the NFF has been able to manage all of this?
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, excellent preparation. I told you, I think Austin was the anchor that day. There was a time a club side in Nigeria went for a game in Sudan. They arrived on the day of the game. The players on the bench were sleeping. So you can imagine.
From fatigue.
Yes, you can imagine what will happen to the players, 11 players on the pitch. In 10 minutes they were already 4 goals down, 3-0 down. So we have to comment. While we commend the coaches and the players for delivering in such a difficult situation, we have to commend the federation. And it's just the World Cup qualifier. Remember that the CHAN qualifier was also played 2 weeks ago, and our players, we are taking on a chartered flight. They came back because that one too had 1 week interval between the first leg and the second leg. They came back, through that means, and the Eagles have been going on a chartered flight arrangement. This has helped. This qualifier, just between 4 days, you play 2 legs. So if our players and coaches had gone through the normal commercial flight arrangements, you can imagine what would have happened to us. So I think I want to commend the Nigerian Football Federation. They have done excellently well by making sure that the players are comfortable. They arrive
not distracted.
Yes, they arrive in good time for all the matches, and they are not distracted. We've not had issues of bonuses and allowances cropping up, and even within the limited resources that they have access to, they've been able to ensure that Eaglets went to Chile. They did so well. The CHAN qualifiers, we have qualified for CHAN in Rwanda.
The Dream Team are in
Gambia.
Gambia.
Are in Gambia. And we have qualified for the group stages of the 2008 World Cup. So I think,
2018.
I think it's a good one.
Just to buttress the point, I don't want to speak, as Super Eagles media officer now.
Okay.
I just want to speak as a sports journalist. There's something I said a few weeks ago that I still strongly hold on to, that this Nigerian Football Federation, with Amaju Pinnick, with Shehu Diko, Sheyi Akinwumi, Felix Ayansiagu, Chris Green, Guzo, all these people. If these guys, and I think it's a challenge to them. It's not really a praise. It's not as one is really praising them. It's a challenge to them that if this set of guys
cannot succeed
or put structures in place, or be seen to be putting these structures in place for the future of Nigerian football, then we should just forget about it. It's going to take a long time, because these are people that have private sector inclination, have a lot of ideas, they are young,
have emotional investment in the game.
They have a lot of emotional investment in the game, and they are very passionate about it. And that's why you could probably see what the LMC has been able to do this season, and the leagues have been able to do this season. So these guys, there's a lot on their hands. If they don't get it right, and I think it's a challenge to them to really go for it, lay these structures, and just to buttress what you said, Kenya had a 1-0 advantage over Cape Verde. Because of the way the window is, they had problems with their travel arrangement. They got to Cape Verde about 30 minutes to the second leg. 30 minutes. And they lost the game by 2-0.
Understandably,
they lost about 2-0. There was another country that I think had travel arrangements, Chad against Egypt. They won the first leg 1-0, had travel arrangement problems for the return leg, got to Egypt,
and got hammered.
Barely enough time to adjust, and first half 4-0. It was done and dusted. But for us, you go chartered flight, you come back, you are fresh, you move straight into competition, the boys are fresh, the coach, talked about the number of miles that the teams had to do. And then you are doing